The first news that appeared today is related to India Egypt signed pact on strategic partnership as Modi LCC hold talks. That is, India and Egypt signed a strategic partnership as a part of bilateral relationship between the India and Egypt, which was revived after 1997 by our current Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So this is the news that was mentioned. Let's get some information about the content of the news. What it was mentioned is about the news is India and Egypt signed a strategic partnership. That is, which will have 4 elements. The strategic partnership will focus on 4 important elements. Like first important out of the 4 important elements, the first one is political, defense, and security. As we all know that India as well as Egypt has been one of the countries that has been affected by extremism as well as violent terrorism. So they are giving priority to political, defense, as well as security, which is the first element in the strategic partnership of India and Egypt, which was signed recently. Second important element is economic engagement. Economic engagement means the bilateral trade relationship between the both the India as well as Egypt countries. Third is scientific and academic collaboration. Fourth is cultural and people-to-people contacts. Okay, this was the 4 important elements through 4 important element of the strategic partnership which was signed between India and Egypt. Second is Egypt government has honored our Indian Prime Minister with the order of Nile, the highest civilian honor of the Egypt. So this is the 13th highest state honor conferred upon our Prime Minister in the past 9 years. 3 pacts signed other than strategic partnership. The 3 important pacts signed are based on the sectors like agriculture, preservation of monuments and archaeological sites, and on competition law. This is the content of the news. So let's get deeper into the peripheral area of the news so that we could have a whole understanding about what the news is talking about. First is, since the news is related to strategic partnership between the countries India and Egypt. So what does that strategic partnership means? Strategic partnership, as the term suggests, it is nothing but a shared understanding between the countries which are having or facing the threat in their environment, and what are their strength in order to mitigate the threats. This is what called strategic relationship. It is different from alliances. Alliance is different, strategic relationship is different. As I said, strategic relationship is just a shared understanding between the common threat that is facing 1 or 2 countries or 2 or more countries, and what are all the common strength which they could be able to combine as well as mitigate those threats. அதை பத்தின ஒரு காமன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் தான் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிக் பார்ட்னர்ஷிப். பட் அலையன்ஸ் is one step next level to the strategic partnership, which is a deeper relationship in which the state are treaty bound to become each other's assistant in case of materialization of threat. For example, NATO, CENTOS, SEATOS, military alliances which was formed between US as well as other European countries and other Southeast Asian and or Middle East countries. These are, for example, NATO is called alliances. It is the alliance between US as well as the European countries. Whenever there is a threat in the sovereign threat in the US or the other member countries of NATO, means all members will be go for war with the those people, those who are creating some mischievous thing in the members of the mischievous thing in the land area of the members of the NATO இருக்காங்க இல்லையா. So this is called alliances, but strategic partnership is one step below the alliances. It is nothing but common understanding, just the understanding between the two countries that there are we are facing the same kind of problem, so that we could able to combine our strength in order to mitigate those problems. அதை பற்றின ஒரு காமன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இருக்குது. நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குது, அந்த ப்ராப்ளமை முறியடிக்க நம்மக்கிட்ட ரெண்டு பேர்கிட்டையும் காமனாக இருக்கிற ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரென்த் என்ன, நெகட்டிவ்ன்ற ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்க்கு வர்றது தான் strategic relation. They won't if there is any kind of threat happening in the one country, means other country will not be coming for help. If it is coming for help, means it is called alliance, they are treaty bound. So this is what is called strategic relationship, and this is this is what is the difference between the alliance as well as the strategic relationship. So Nile Award, which is the highest civilian state award of Egypt, which was conferred on our Prime Minister recently today. Nile Award, what is Nile Award? It was established in 1915 by Sultan Hussein Kamal of Egypt. Back then it was during the times of 1915. Back then the Egypt country was monarchical system. Egypt country was under monarchical system. It acknowledges the valuable contribution and positive impact that made individual, that is those people who have made some important contribution to their own country as well as to the humanity as a whole. So they will be acknowledging it through the country will, Egypt will acknowledge it through by presenting this award. Third is some of the previous recipients. Who are all the who are all the big names that got this highest civilian award is King Hussein of Jordan, that is Jordan King, then Jimmy Carter of United States, then Queen Elizabeth. These are all the big names, that got the award during the previous presentations. So this is what it's called. Since it was actually the award was created when the political system of Egypt was monarch. So why they are continuing even though they got converted into democratic system is, it is a symbol of their history as well as cultural heritage. So they are traditionally following the award, following this award system, even though it was made or introduced back then by the monarchical system of government. So what we needed to study further, since the relationship between India and Egypt is reviving, and the discussion is reviving, as well as this is the one of the meet that was happened after many years ago, that is nearly 26 years ago, after our Indian Prime Minister is meeting Egypt president in Egypt itself. Okay, so this question is gather some important because of the meeting. So we have to understand about what is the geography of the Egypt. Geography of the Egypt means, as I already always as I have already and always I have said this, geography is not only related to land, but it also related to soil, vegetation, wildlife, tribes and their economy, then the geology. This is what we have to study whenever we are studying about the geography of Egypt. Since the award, Nile Award, is given in the name of the river Nile, which runs through the Egypt, we have to know about the river Nile, its origin, its passage, as well as draining area where it gets. the end of the through in which ocean the river meets. அந்த என்ன ஓஷன்றதையும் நம்ம பார்த்து வச்சுக்கணும். Third is Ashoka edict. Why it is India is also one of the ancient civilization, and Egypt also has the contemporary ancient civilization. So both of them, since they are contemporary ancient civilization, the Ashok during our ancient period, our Mauryan Empire, Ashok edicts have some mentions about the Egypt and their civilization. So we have to learn about Ashoka edicts also, since they have reference related to Egypt. Fourth is non-alignment movement. Why we have to know about non-alignment movement is during back after 1950s. That is when India wanted to take a middle path. India Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru as well as the Egypt President are one of the important members or catalyst members to create the non-alignment movement. That is third non-alignment movement means creating a common platform for the third world countries, because they don't want to get dependent on the bipolars of the world. That is during the time bipolars are US or USSR. Fifth is Suez Canal. Since Egypt is one of the important one of the important geography through which the Suez Canal runs, and it is also the controlling authority of the Suez Canal. So we have to know about what is Suez Canal, what is the history behind it. There is a war behind it, so we have to know about the war behind it, since it could be useful for our world history GS1 paper. So this is the news related to India-Egypt relationship, the content of the news, the minute details of the news, as well as what are all the peripheral areas that we needed to understand in order to have a deep and broader awareness about the news that appear today. Second is why Punjab and Haryana matters in poor monsoon years. This is the one of the important news related to agriculture as well as geography, monsoon, which appear today. What is the content of the news is currently during the normal rainy season, that is during 2019-20 as well as 2021, states like Madhya Pradesh took over Punjab in wheat procurement. As we all know that Punjab as well as Haryana are called wheat bowls of India, but in terms of procurement, production as well as procurement of wheat, Madhya Pradesh overtook Punjab in these 2 years. But during the unseasonal, during some lean years, that is during 2021-22, 22-23, because of the reason of unseasonal temperature, heavy and also the heavy rain which appeared during the period of harvesting, Madhya Pradesh wheat procurement led to drastic fall. But Punjab produced the same as they produced the previous year. So since they have produced same as the previous year, the production as well as the procurement rate increased during the lean seasons. This makes Punjab as well as Haryana and all weather to food security. That is, they could able to withstand the extremes of the weather. So extreme of the weather to provide the food security to the nation. This is what they have mentioned in the news. Another important fact of what they have mentioned is, since this year is according to US National Oceanic Science and Atmospheric Administration, this year El Nino is going to take off during the month of December, January or February, as a result of which there could be drought like situation is going to appear. So the Punjab and Haryana, which is providing wheat as well as right at the constant rate, even though during the lean season, they wanted to concentrate more on Punjab in terms of procurement, in terms of wheat procurement. So that so what they are saying is, government needed to rearrange or reorient the plan in the procurement. Why Punjab or Haryana is acting as all-weather agriculture, all-weather producing wheat producing or rice producing state which provides enormous what to say stable food to the country is the reason is two. uh, because during the lean season, most of the farmers would be reducing the sowing, as a result of which the production will get reduced. Why they are reducing the sowing and as a result of which the production is getting reduced is because of lack of rainfall. There won't be any kind of water, because most of the states don't have the assured irrigation facility as the Punjab or Haryana has. As a result of which they are having water throughout the year to produce any kind of crop which they wanted to produce. But most of the state, if the rain is higher, means they will be producing what to say more production, more products. When there is a lean season, there will be a rainfall, தண்ணி இருக்காது. As a result of which தண்ணி இருக்காது plus lack of irrigation facility makes them drought for water, makes them the drought or dearth of water, as a result of which they will reduce the acreage of sowing. So automatically the production also will get reduced in those states other than Punjab and Haryana. So this is what the content that was produced mentioned in the news. So we have to know about one step. We have to look into one step deeper into the news so that we could able to understand what the news is talking about. Since the news is related to procurement, we have to know about what is procurement, how the procurement is happening in India, what is the procurement, who are all the authorities are those who are involved in procurement system of India. First is Food Corporation of India. Food Corporation of India comes under Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Along with state agencies, state government. Second is all food grains, that means the prescribed specification are purchased by public procurement agency at MSP. As you all know that minimum support price is usually announced by union government before the harvesting season. So based upon the rate, the Food Corporation of India will be procuring the agriculture products from the farmers. Third is food grains are procured and distributed by state governments themselves under decentralized procurement system. There are two types of procurement, that is direct or indirect procurement. Direct procurement means Food Corporation of India, they themselves will be employing, or with the help of the state agency, they will be procuring the products directly from the farmers. Under decentralized, that is indirect means, under decentralized procurement scheme, the state will be acting as procurer as well as distributors of the agriculture products from the farmers. So this was implemented during 1997 from 1997 to 1997-98, because of as a result of which Government of India's financial savings got increased, so that there won't be any kind of leakage in the production, distribution, storage facility of the union government. For this, under decentralized procurement system. So since the decentralized procurement system was implemented to improve, as I said, efficiency of PDS procurement, it encourages procurement in non-traditional states, because central government couldn't able what to say because of some implementation problems, they could not able to reach the last mile farmers present throughout the state. So by decentralizing it, the state could be able to easily go to the area which is unreachable by the central government. So as a result of this, there could be some savings of money, and transit losses and cost will take place. FCI Quality Control Division ensures that the food grains are procured from the procurement center in accordance with the uniform quality specification of the Government of India, not at the Government of states. So Government of India has some quality standards based on which the FCI Quality Control Division will be procuring these products. So what is green revolution? Since why Punjab and Haryana are now one of the important stage to produce wheat in India is because of the green revolution that happened during the 1960s and 70s. The green revolution was, as I said, it happened during 1960s, where India, which was lagging before that, India was lagging in agriculture production. After the introduction of high yield varieties, as well as high yield variety seeds, as well as mechanized farm tools, irrigation facilities, pesticides, and fertilizers, India now is self-sufficient in the production as well as distribution of uh, food products from the farmers. So right now India has achieved the quantitative goal of reaching self-sufficiency in their agriculture system. Right now they are moving to qualitative goal. That is, they wanted to uh, they want, since every people is getting food, they wanted to move towards a quality system as increasing the nutrition of the people. So the government is increasing is using this PDF system. Government is introducing some schemes in order to enhance the nutrition that is present in the food that the government is distributing through the PDF system. So this is what is about green revolution. Second is, it was launched under the guidance of MS Swaminathan, scientist, agricultural scientist from South India. Third is primary objective is to alleviate poverty, hunger, and malnutrition that is present during that time in India. So by making this green revolution success, why Punjab and Haryana got from Punjab and Haryana front runners in implementing this green revolution policy in their own state, as a result of which more number of crops, wheat as well as rice crops are getting produced in their states. So now they are now acting as wheat bowl of India, and they are also contributing to the policies of achieving quality in the food products that is distributed through the PDS system of the government. What we needed to study further, as I always said, that whenever there is a news related to a place, we have to look into the geography. Geography means, as I always say, soil, land, vegetation, wildlife, flora, fauna, tribes and their economy, rivers, national parks, and wildlife sanctuaries. These are all the things we have to know about the geography. Second is, what are the impacts of green revolution? As we have discussed, it made India self-sufficient in food production. There are some ecological, economical, as well as sociological problems that arise due to the implementation of green revolution. So we have to be aware of the impact of the green revolution, so that it could be useful for GS3 environment questions, as well as to the it could be asked in environment as well as agricultural syllabus of GS3. What is MSP? Since it is related, the question news revolves around procurement distribution, so we have to know about what is minimum support price, what products are involved in it. This year they asked the question related to whether the Niger seeds, whether the government of India provides Niger seeds for whether the government of India provides MSP for Niger seeds. அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் கொடுத்து ஒரு கொஸ்டின் கேட்டிருந்தாங்க. If you are aware of the product, what are all the products involved in that MSP means, we could able to get into the know about அந்த கொஸ்டினுக்கு நம்ம ஈஸியாக ஆன்சர் பண்ணிடலாம். What are the crops that under kharif as well as rabi cultivation? We have to know about the crops which is cultivated only during the kharif season. What are all the crops which is cultivated only during the rabi season? For example, wheat is cultivated only during the rabi season. It won't be cultivated during the kharif season. So we have to know about the So another third important news is FPI infused 30,600 crore in June so far. What is the news is related? What they are talking in that news is what they are saying in the news is FPI continues to increase due to stable macroeconomic profile and sturdy corporate earning outlook. As a result of which, more number of people are getting interested in investing in the portfolio investment of a government of portfolio investment in India. So, since the news is related to foreign portfolio and their investment in India, we have to know about what is foreign portfolio investment mean. Foreign portfolio, as I have mentioned, is investment by the non-resident in Indian securities. Indian securities, including shares, it includes government bonds, it includes corporate bonds, it includes convertible security, infrastructure securities, etc. These are all the things which may be asked in prelims. What are the securities eligible? What are all the securities eligible for the foreign portfolio investment? So, in shares, government bonds, corporate bonds, convertible security, infrastructure security, and so on and so forth. Foreign institutional investors like mutual fund, insurance company, which are presented in the other countries, are the important entities uh, making foreign portfolio investment in India. FPI is a form of capital flows and is recorded in the capital account of balance of payment. It is not current account, it is capital account. Capital account means this is also a potential prelims question, we should be aware of it. FEI is often referred to as hot money because it has tendency to flew because it could be easily withdrawn from the country. So as whenever there is a sign of some negative outlook of the economy is coming, means sure the investors will be taking back the economy, taking back will take back the money which they have invested in the portfolio investment. The So it is called as hot money. This is what this is what is called. This is foreign portfolio investment. Okay. So since the FPI is called hot money because it could be easily removed from the economy by the investors. We have to know about what is hot money. Hot money is the capital that investors regularly move on between economies, so that they could able to get some short-term gain of the some interest rate that is present in those present in that time. This is what is called hot money. And what is FDI is about? As I have mentioned, it refers to condition when a company or investors take some ownership or control in the business in the other country. With FDI, foreign companies are directly involved in day-to-day, since they are having since the foreign direct investment has the potential of the foreign companies taking ownership or control in the business entity in another country. They have right to involve in the day-to-day operation of the company which is present in the other country. They do foreign direct investment not only mean bringing capital, it also mean bringing in knowledge, skill, as well as technology management techniques into the country. It is important non-debt monetary source, since it doesn't have any kind of, it doesn't produce any, most of the time it doesn't produce any kind of debt in the country. So it's a debt free investment made by the foreign entities, so that it could be useful for development of a country in which the foreign direct investment is made. Currently, FDI policy is made by Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade under Ministry of Commerce. This department is only making the FDI policy for whole India. Okay. FDI routes. There are two routes under which the FDI is invested in India. First route is government route. whenever the government will have uh, will announce certain type of industries or certain types of sector where the FDI investment will take place only after the approval of government. Certain அந்த மாதிரி செக்டார்ஸ்ல FDI வருது அப்படின்னா கவர்மெண்ட் த்ரூ ஃபாரின் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் ஃபெசிலிட்டேஷன் போர்ட்டல். Before 2017, Foreign Investment Promotion Board was there to approve the foreign FDI that is made in those sectors which is monitored by the government directly. After 2017, it was scrapped, and the foreign investment facilitation portal was uh, made to give approval to the FDIs, those who wanted to invest in India in the sectors which the government in those sectors which the government wants the fund to be implemented based upon their approval. Second is automatic route, where sectors doesn't require approval from the government. They could be straight away bring the money, knowledge, skill, management or technique, any other kind of technique into the country, and they could start the business. After a period of time, during the operation of the entity, they could able to get the approval from the government. During the initial start, they don't have any the automatic route. During the initial start of the business, they don't want the approval from the government. This is called automatic route through which the FDI is getting invested in India. What we needed to study further, first is forest reserve of India. What is forest reserve? What are all the constituents of forest reserve, and what are all the major important constituents that has higher proportion in the forest reserve in India? Second is, since the FDI policy has made by DPIIT, we also should know about what are all other policies made by DPIIT. For example, IP, intellectual property policies are also made by DPIIT, and similar other policies are also made by DPIIT. So we have to know about, so we have to be aware of other policies made by DPIIT. Third is major countries that contribute to FDI in India as well as FPI in India. And since government is now implementing a scheme called production link incentive scheme, under which government wanted to promote manufacturing sector in India. So government is giving a certain percentage of money as subsidy for investment in India. As a result of which, the foreign direct investment is also getting increased. So we have to know about what is production link subsidy incentive scheme implemented by government of India. Another important news is, from the heading itself we could be able to come to know, is monsoon reaches Delhi, Mumbai on same day, first in 6 decades. So this was the news, overall news is related to. Usually, as I have mentioned, usually rain first comes in Mumbai, then later it comes in Delhi. Since the news is related to monsoon, we have to know about monsoon. What does monsoon mean? During summer season, as I have mentioned, there will be intense heating in the northern plain because of the northern movement of ITCZ zone. As a result of low pressure, as a result of which the northern region will develop a low pressure. This makes the high pressure southern easterly wind in the southern hemisphere to move towards the southwestern coast of India, and through which they would be reaching the interior, that is northern part of the India. Usually the rainfall begins first in Kerala and some part of Karnataka in early itself. Then it will be moving deeper into the inland states of the country. So, and also we have to know about Bay of Bengal branch as well as Arabian Sea branch. So when the south easterly wind that strikes the southern tip of or India or country, it will get bifurcated into two branches. That is, one is Bay of Bengal branch, which is the biggest branch and has huge potential to huge amount of water vapor when compared to the Arabian Sea branch. This is also a potential prelims fact. So that is why in Kanyakumari region, there are certain regions which will get rainfall during southwest monsoon as well as northeast monsoon. So what we needed to study further, since the question is related to monsoon, as I have already said, what is Bay of Bengal branch as well as Arabian Sea branch, which branch has higher water vapor present in them, and which have potential to bring enormous rainfall into the enormous rainfall to the land mass of India, and then tropical as well as extra tropical cyclone. What is Lu, Kal by Shagi, and monsoon showers? What are all the factors that affects the climates other than monsoon? So we have to know about them also. So this is the news. So let's get into the previous year question paper related to the news. Some so this is called this is the prelims question which was asked during 2012 related to FDI. So since the news today we discussed news related to foreign portfolio investment as well as FDI. So how they are, so when you are looking into the previous year question, how they are asking question related to FDI means. So next time when we are reading something about FPI or FDI means, okay, we could able to channelize our learning through the நம்மளால சேனலைஸ் பண்ண முடியும். ஓகே, யூபிஎஸ்சி இந்த மாதிரி ப்ரிலிம்ஸ் கொஸ்டின் கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ தட் வி குட் வென்எவர் எல்லாம் நியூஸ் வந்துட்டு எஃப்டிஐ பற்றி படிக்கும் போது இந்த நியூஸை படிக்கும்போது இந்த ஆங்கிளில் தான் படிக்கணுன்ற ஒரு we could able to get a clarity in that. So that is why whenever I am discussing about the previous current affairs session, at the last 2 or 3 slides I am discussing about the previous year question that was asked in related to the news that was appeared during news that was appeared today or whenever I am taking. The first important question is, which of the following would include foreign direct investment in India? Subsidiaries of foreign companies, yes. Second is major foreign equity holding in Indian company, yes. Third is companies exclusively financed by foreign company, yes. Fourth is foreign portfolio investment, yes, no. Foreign portfolio investment will be, they are bluntly given for portfolio investment. Portfolio investment under certain condition will be considered as foreign direct investment. For example, whenever the foreign portfolio investment is more than 10% in a particular entity means, then that amount will be considered as foreign direct investment. Since they have given only portfolio investment, this question is wrong. This statement is wrong. So statement 3 D 1, 2 and 3 is correct. Only is correct is the correct answer. Second question is the question related to climate, that is monsoon, which we discussed in the previous slide news. So this was the question that was asked during 2014 prelims question. Okay, the seasonal reversal of wind is a typical characteristic of monsoon climate. This was the question. So next time when we are reading news related to monsoon means, so our thought process will be aligned towards the previous year question paper. Through that previous year question paper, we could able to look into the news. So whenever we are seeing the news, we can be able to identify that. Okay, the question is the news. These are the news that appear today. So UPSC has previously asked question related to the topic that was appeared in the newspaper, so that we could able to frame our question from within ourselves. So as a result of which our preparation will get focused, so that we won't get diverted or get diverted. இல்லைன்னா நம்மள ஈஸியாக குயிக்காக கிளியர் பண்ணுறதுக்கான ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியாக இருக்கும் ப்ரீவியஸ் இயர் கொஸ்டினை டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணும்போது. Another important mains question that I want those students, those who are watching it through the online, to please comment the answer point for the question that is appearing in the screen, and I also will read it. What were the events that led to the Suez Crisis in 1956? How did it deal a final blow to Britain's self-image as a world power? 2014 question. I want those students, those who are watching the daily current affairs session of Ganesh IAS Academy, please do comment to the uh, answer points for the question that is in the screen which you are seeing. So whenever we people are coming and நம்ம எல்லாரும் வந்துட்டு அவங்க ஸ்டாக் பாயிண்ட் ஆன்சர் பாயிண்ட் போடும்போது we could able to have some views which we are not aware of, as a result of which enriching of points will be taking place. Then our knowledge as well as the or what to say our path towards the achieving our success, path towards our goal of clearing the exam will also will get reduced because of the enriching of mains question, which I want the students to comment in the comment section. Okay. So thank you friends. Please do comment, subscribe the Ganesh IAS Academy so that you could able to receive the notification related to the current affairs session brought to you by the current Ganesh IAS Academy. Thank you.